Programming normally seen at this time will not air in order to bring you the following special program. Stay tuned now for 11 at Large.
Good evening, I'm Dick Barry, and welcome to the September edition of 11 at Large. Tonight we have 4 stories. At one time or another, you've probably heard a radio or TV commercial that just drives you up the wall. But one man here in Toledo has a business that tries to make commercials less annoying.
This is Greater Toledo, and we're here together. First Federal Savings of Toledo and you. Something's in the air now that welcomes you. See what you lots to do. It's the first annual Toledo Fest. Help keep Toledo rolling along. Why not buy a car right now? When you want it, Ringsense got it for you. Helping you with everything.
Ken R. Deutsch proudly calls the songs you just heard his greatest hits. But you'll never hear them sung on The Tonight Show, and they're not available in any record store. They're called jingles and are basically TV and radio commercials you can hum. Ken R. has written over 100 of them for banks, department stores, and special interest groups. His jingles are international, like the one he cut to sell shock absorbers in South America, done, of course, in Spanish. A Detroit native, Ken R. has been a musician most of his life. He's studied classical music, played in local rock bands, been a TV director, as well as a radio disc jockey. How, then, is a radio jingle done?
First you record just the drums, the bass, and the guitar. Then they all go away. Then the brass people, trumpets and trombones and French horns come in, and they put on a pair of headphones and they listen to what went previously, and then they play along with it until they get their part just perfect. And if they make a mistake on their part, it doesn't affect what was done previously. So therefore you can do just a segment of the jingle, just a 3-second segment, or you can do the whole thing. Then they'll go, then the violins will come in, then the flutes will come in, then last the vocal is done. And that's what we're doing here tonight.
Those vocals are for the Ohio Farmers Association. The group of agribusinessmen told Ken R. they wanted a strong, contemporary, middle-of-the-road jingle that represents today's farmer. 5 singers who do jingles as a sideline were hired for the session. 2 work as vocal instructors, 1 is a professional musician, and the 2 women sing in local bar bands. As Ken R. mentioned, the music tracks are always recorded first. What the vocalist will now do is listen to that music through headphones and sing the lyrics Ken R. has written. While this is going on, Ken R. is sitting at a mixing board in another room making sure every note comes out perfect. As in all recording sessions, mistakes are frequent.
We'll help you grow. We'll help you grow. We'll help you plan. We'll help you plan. Solve problems like yours so we understand. I did it right there. Somebody did. Okay. We'll help you grow.
Sorry.
We'll help you plan.
Okay, try it once again.
We'll help you grow.
Grow.
I'm saying plan instead of grow. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We'll help you grow.
So we understand. We've solved problems
See if I
like
can get mine.
yours.
Yeah.
Ba-da-dum.
Yeah.
Let's try it right on weave. 3, 4.
Ken R. says talent is important in cutting a jingle, but so is patience.
In watching us do this jingle tonight, you realize that the singers will go over and over and over something because each phrase has to be just perfect. And, you know, to the uninitiated observer who can't tell the difference from one take to another, it's just because, you know, you're not trained to listen for these things. I could never do what you do in a million years, but I've got to be more patient than I know how to listen to each take, each phrase of each take, because if you have a mistake in it, see, the problem with jingles is, if in a live performance, if you make a mistake, hey, it's a mistake, it's there once, it's heard once, people enjoy it because it's a live performance. On a jingle, there cannot be a mistake, because if there is, you'll hear it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And I know what it's like to hear my own jingles on the radio and TV hundreds of times, and if there were a mistake in there, I think I'd just go take the gas pipe somewhere. I couldn't take it. So that's why I force myself to be as patient as I am.
Finally, after dozens of tedious takes, the final vocal track you'll eventually hear on the radio is cut.
We are the Ohio Farmers, helping you with everything you need.
With our product line and expertise,
we'll help you to succeed, succeed.
We serve farmers with a smile. We're better by a country mile. We're proud of over 50 years of service. Ohio farmers lead the way. Ohio farmers for today.
The vocalists now have to re-record the same lyrics on other tracks. This is called layering.
Sometimes we'll add as many as 3 or even 4 or 5 layers of singers. We'll record it, and then we'll record it again on another track and add that, and then another one and add that. And the purpose of that is not so it gives a choir effect, but so it adds strength to the voice. It sounds fuller, a little richer, gutsier kind of sound, for lack of a better word. And it helps when you're listening to a commercial on the radio or TV. The speaker is about this big. And in order for a sound to come through full, it's got to be super strong. And if you have more layers of voice, it helps cut through a little better.
Here now, with music, is what the final 30-second product sounds like.
We are the Ohio farmers, helping you with everything you need.
With our product line and expertise, we'll help you to succeed, succeed. We serve farmers with a smile. We're better by a country mile. We're proud of over 50 years of service. Ohio farmers lead the way. Ohio farmers for today.
A number of radio stations in town have been playing a song recently called Postcard from Toledo. The man who wrote the tune is Ken Deutsch. That's all we have time for this month. Please join us in October for another edition of 11 at Large.